Hello everybody, and thank you so much for joining me for today's video. I hope you're having a great week so far. If you're new here, hi, I'm Gina, and on this channel I talk all things sewing and dressmaking, and this year I'm embarking on my biggest sewing project ever. I am sewing my own wedding dress from scratch, which is hugely terrifying. It's a massive, massive task, but I'm getting there with it. I'm getting there with it. Obviously, I can't share that process at the moment, but that will all be coming later on in the year after our wedding in Italy in the autumn. But for now, I have a very exciting bridal project that I just could not keep to myself because it's so special. I have been gifted a 73-year-old vintage wedding dress from my mother-in-law to be. It was her mother's wedding dress in the 1950s, and she has asked if I can transform this dress and sew it into something for our wedding week. I am so unbelievably honored that she trusts me with this task because this dress is very, very precious and special. It's a fair bit of pressure because it's not mine, so if I ruin it, that will be absolutely devastating and it will really upset quite a few people. So I have to be very, very careful with this, but she is really, really desperate for me to reuse this. We lost Grandma a few years ago, and this is just such a wonderful way to honour her within the wedding. So I really, really want to do this and do this dress justice. I understand that people have very, very mixed feelings about these types of projects, understandably so. I was kind of in that corner first, but I do want to keep as much of the original design as I possibly can. So I've got a couple of design ideas that keep it as close to the original as I possibly can. I can't wear the original because it doesn't fit me. As with most dresses from that era, it is tiny. Evelyn was also about 5 foot tall. I'm around 5'7", so I'm a lot taller, and I lift weights at the gym, so I'm a bit broader across the back and the shoulders. So it fits me around the waist, but it doesn't do up across the bodice, and I don't have enough fabric that I can fix that, and I can't even get my arms into the sleeves. So I am going to have to rework the bodice, but I want to keep the skirt as it is. I have two different ideas for the bodice. I really need your help deciding between the two because I cannot decide myself. But firstly, let me show you this incredible dress. Here she is! How gorgeous is this dress? So this is the 73-year-old vintage wedding dress of dreams. It's so fabulous. It's an ivory Chantilly lace dress. It's incredible. Unfortunately, the original lining could not be saved. It was in pieces. It had like a slip dress that went underneath, which was really cute. So I'll have to completely reconstruct that. So when I show you my design ideas, you'll have to excuse my undies, but I will cover them up as best as I can. But because this is a close fit, I only had loose slip dresses and I need something a little bit cinched. So I think what I'm going to do is create just a pencil skirt, fitted bodice with a bit of corseting in there to kind of snatch me in a little bit, to put that underneath, and then just keep this dress separate. This dress is beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. So it's got this high neck bodice. It's darted on the bodice here as well, going up to the bust. It has beautiful long fitted sleeves with covered buttons to do up. It also has covered buttons all the way down the back as well. But the star feature of this dress for me is this beautiful basque waist. Now, if you saw my previous video where I made a black floral dress, you'll know that I'm really, really obsessed with that kind of shape at the moment. I love how it looks on my body. So when I saw that this dress had the same silhouette, I was really, really excited. And then it's got a gathered skirt that goes onto the basque waist. And this would have been a full length on Nick's grandma, but because I'm a bit taller than she was, it kind of sits mid-calf on me. It's just got a teeny tiny baby rolled hem all around the bottom. It's such a shame it doesn't have scallops, but that's me being too fussy. I can't remember if I mentioned that I really want to keep this skirt intact. I think if I start unpicking this and taking it apart, it's just going to spoil it. So I want to figure out a way that I can keep this all together. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that yet. Now, this has not been washed in 73 years. It still has marks from the wedding day, so I need to try and get some of those marks out. It's obviously got that really strong vintagey smell as well. So if anyone has any tips on how to wash this type of fabric, as far as I can tell, this is a polyester lace. It doesn't feel too delicate, it feels quite hard wearing. So I'm just going to leave it to soak with some regular detergent for a bit and see if that lifts it. But if it doesn't, if anyone knows of any stain removers or anything like that that might work, let me know. I did message Gracie Steele, who used a vintage wedding dress for her wedding dress, and she said she took it to a specialist dry cleaners and it was pointless. It was a lot of money and she felt like she could have probably got the marks out herself, and the end result wasn't actually that good. So I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to go down the route of going to a professional dry cleaners or anything like that. I think I can probably save this at home. Okay, so let's talk design ideas. A few nights ago, I was having a little play around with this dress. I put it on and I was just using the sleeves and draping and just trying to get some inspiration for the bodice. And I came up with 2 ideas that I think I could make work with the bodice and the fabric that I've got. So the first one is pretty similar to the design of the original. It's just sleeveless with a high neck bodice. And then I was thinking of maybe doing some kind of collar and either having a big bow at the back or just having some covered buttons from the cuffs to do it up at the back. With both of these designs, I am going to have this completely backless because I'm not going to have enough fabric to fix the back. So I was thinking of having it kind of dipping down into a V at the back with a few covered buttons to fasten the dress. And then I thought, do I use the rest of the covered buttons to create a little bit of a detail going up at the back? That could either look really beautiful, or is it just going to look like I can't do my dress up? Let me know what you think. Do you think it will look really pretty and it will work, or do you think it will just look like my dress doesn't fit me anymore? And then the other design option I came up with is a little bit further away from the original and a bit more modern. I was just playing with the sleeves and I came up with this kind of cowl neckline and it looked so beautiful. It was going into a bit of a halter neck. This was really rough because I was just tying the sleeves. And I absolutely loved the way that fits. I feel like it's a bit more true to my style. I like that it's a bit more modern, but I'm not really sure how I'm going to achieve that cowl halter neckline just yet. I'm definitely going to have to do some serious experimenting with that. Traditionally, kind of with a cowl neck, you're going to cut it on the bias and it just drapes on its own, but I haven't got the fabric to do that, so I'm going to have to play around with draping and pinning and yeah, just winging it basically. That could be really beautiful. A halter at the front with, again, the buttons to fasten it up at the neckline, going into a backless silhouette. I've shared both designs amongst my family and the halter neck one definitely seems to be the most popular so far, but let me know what you think. Do you prefer the more simple, timeless, high neck version, option number 1, or do you prefer the halter cowl neck version, a bit more drapey, option number 2? Please let me know in the comments. So I really hope you enjoyed looking at this project with me. I'm so excited to be sharing this whole process. This is going to be a slow process, however, because I am in the midst of making my ceremony dress and it's a lot of work and we've got a long way to go. So any other wedding dress projects are on hold until that is finished. I'm aiming to finish it by the end of July. Wish me luck. Originally I said June, but we've moved that on because that was just unrealistic. So I'm giving myself till the end of July to get that finished. So I won't be doing this for a while. However, I do want to try and wash it before then. So please leave your comments with any tips about washing this dress and getting the stains out before I go into that process. That will be really, really helpful. So yeah, lots going on, but I really hope you enjoyed having a little sneak peek at this vintage wedding dress and talking through some ideas with me. Please let me know which design is your favorite in the comments. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching today's video. I really appreciate you being here. Have a lovely week and I will speak to you very, very soon. Take care. Bye.